the Nation of Podcation Daily Podcast. I'm O'Shea. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Hip hop superstar and Hot Boys member BG gives his thoughts and reactions to the Hot Boy tour, to making up with Hot Boy Turk, and the next level of tours that they're about to do. Now, as we all know, the Hot Boys are finally back together. We actually finally got to see the embrace that we really wanted to see between BG and Hot Boy Turk. These two have been at odds ever since BG came home because of some interview that Turk did on the Drink Champs interview where he was exposing secrets, and then he went on the Clubhouse show with Whack 100, and Whack 100's calling BG a snitch and saying he worked to get his way out of jail. And Turk didn't necessarily agree with Whack, but he also didn't defend his homie the way that BG thought. Well, let's fast forward. Lil Wayne puts the tour together, the Hot Boys tour together, and we see all of them on stage together. They rocking, but it's still a little off because you got BG and Birdman over here and they not interacting with Turk. Everybody get your roll on and doing all this. Juvie's rocking with everybody. Wayne's rocking with everybody. But those two, they just walking right past him. They not shaking up, and it just looks odd. It looks funny. Now, Turk has said plenty of times he knew things was going to eventually work themselves out. It just was going to take time. BG and Turk, they had squashed their issues on stage. They shook up. They let everybody know, hey, it's all love. And it's about damn time, because y'all are in y'all mid-40s. There's no reason that some little punk-ass words should have y'all going back and forth and not talking and not getting to the bag together and not being homies and none of that stuff. It ain't like nobody's dead. Ain't nobody owe nobody a whole bunch of money. You know what I'm saying? All of that stuff is just some egos and pride, man. Put your pride to the side. Do it for the greater good. And I'm glad to see everybody's back cohesive again, as it should be. Well, in a recent interview, BG talks about the Hot Boys tour, why it had to wait until he came home, because how important he was to the Hot Boys and how all the members play their own role. Let's take a look at this clip from B Jizzle.
Man, I mean, just sharing that moment, with the dudes that you came in it with, you know what I'm saying, with bigger piece of the puzzle.
That's what I'm telling you.
It just wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have been. I mean, same way with all us, play a significant role. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, man, we all joined at the hip. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell my story, without telling Baby and Slim's story. You know what I'm saying? Baby can't tell his story without telling my story. You know what I'm saying? Wayne can't tell his story, without, sometimes, niggas got egos and, niggas might try to, but, you can't erase history. Certain relationships stronger than others, and,
of course.
Certain, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, like I say, man, when we came in as a unit, you know what I mean, and we branded, the whole movement, around a brotherhood, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, people who ruled and been rocking, since day one. That's just how they want to see it, you know what I mean?
All right, Nation, there you have it. Yes, I agree with a whole lot BG said. It sounded like he was about to go one way, but I'm glad he brought it back, because when you're talking about the Hot Boys, it ain't going to be the same if it's just 3 of the 4 or 2 of the 4. It ain't the same. Regardless of how folks feel about Hot Boy Turk, hey, if he's not there, it does not work, man. They, like you said, it's the camaraderie. It's the 4-man group. That's what we grew up on. That's what we want to see. We didn't want to see it with Wayne, Turk, and Juvenile while BG was locked up. We didn't want to just see Wayne, BG, and Juvenile without seeing Hot Boy Turk. It don't look right. We don't want to see Wayne, BG, and Turk without Juvenile. We don't want to see the other way. We don't want to see Juvenile, BG, and Turk without Lil Wayne. It just, when you're talking about the Hot Boys, it doesn't work without all of them. You know what I'm saying? That was the thing with them. It was the 4-man weave and seeing all that. And we all know folks have egos, brothers fight. I expected them to get over this because like I said, there's no bloodshed, there's nobody dead, nobody talked about nobody's mama or nobody's kids, nobody disrespected nobody on that type of level. I know the rat thing, especially down in New Orleans, that's real big. You know, they do not play around with the rat stuff, and BG, he was ready to defend his name because him and Whack 100 was trying to start some stuff with him, and he wasn't going for that, and he just felt like Turk probably should have stepped up for him. And he might have thought back to that. Turk may have been like, yeah, maybe he should have. But I know Turk has been beyond apologetic. He's been saying for months now, he accepts his role. He know what he did. He's ready to sit down and have that talk with BG man to man and just squash it. He knows that it eventually was going to happen. And I'm glad that it did happen. Seeing him on stage, seeing him embrace. I mean, that was the final piece of the real Hot Boys reunion right there, was seeing those two get that embrace on stage in front of everybody. I appreciate that they did it in front of everybody. I'm sure it happened in the back. It had to have happened in the back before. But to do that in front of everybody, that's a moment. It says a lot, and it tells folks that, hey, folks can get over things, man. And that's one thing that I respect about the Hot Boys, BG and Turk. So shout out to them. Nation, what do you think about BG's comments on the Hot Boys? What do you think about the Hot Boys reunion? Do you think they could have pulled it off with just 3 of the 4 members? If so, which one would have been left out? Nation, let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure you all hit that like and subscribe button on your way out.
What up? This is DJ Michael Watts, and when I'm not in the switch house, I'm hanging out with my dog, DJ Last Name Song. Ball until I fall, destined to be the greatest, yeah, the writing's on the wall.